I'm sure you saw the Starbucks video. We almost did a thing about it, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. And the two men who were arrested for being black at Starbucks were on the Good Morning America, and Robin Roberts and interviewed them with them and their lawyer. And Sobe, you saw this, right? You saw a little bit of it.
I made it through about 10 minutes before I was disgusted and yet thought I would save it because I could tell once they started talking it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be gold. Yeah, I finished the whole thing, but
especially when their lawyer stopped them at that one.
There's that great point where the lawyer stops them.
Yeah.
When they could actually get themselves in a little bit of fucking trouble. I don't even know their fucking names. Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson tell GMA. Rondon Valente tell GMA what happened. Here we go.
Our exclusive with the two men arrested at a Philadelphia Starbucks 1 week ago today. They were.
Oh, that's the other thing you'll notice. GMA constantly reminds you that they have the exclusive on this story, as you know, the media whores they are.
There for a business meeting. When the manager called 911, they wound up leaving the store in handcuffs. The video viewed nearly 11 million times, leading to protests, anger across the nation. I spoke with Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson and their attorney, Stuart Cohen, earlier this morning. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. It is.
I thought maybe you say you're welcome.
Yeah, or say have any sort of
thank you for having us.
Human reaction. Thank you for having us. But she fills it in with the. This was the most traumatic thing that happened last week.
Well, that's what they're doing right now. This is exactly what they were arrested for, just sitting there doing nothing. That's probably what they're best at.
Turns out ABC eventually called the cops on them for not leaving.
ABC called the cops because they wouldn't leave the set.
They just wouldn't leave
after they were asked to. But yeah,
their segment was over. They just sat there. We had like at least 4 people come over and tell them that your segment is over. You have to leave the building, and they just sat there.
Robin Roberts comes over. He's like, "Okay, guys, good interview, but it's time to go now. We ain't going nowhere."
Rosa Parks up in this bitch. That's what they're making it out to be. It's
they
like
are
fucking. First off, Rosa Parks didn't do that
right.
shit.
That was
she
fake.
stole it from somebody else who actually did it.
Well, you know what happened, and it was originally a unwed, pregnant black teen girl who wouldn't give up her seat.
Yeah,
and the NAACP didn't want that to be the poster child for the movement, so they sent Rosa Parks, an old elderly black lady, out to do the same thing because she would have been a better victim. I mean, they've been doing this bait and switch for forever with this horse shit.
It's really their trade.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's just like if there was no, let's say we ended discrimination
Why?
today.
Do we have to?
What else would they do?
They would have a lot less to complain about.
There'd be nothing.
Think about the industries that you would take away from them. Like guys like Al
Sharpton would have no money.
He'd have nothing to do.
Jesse Jackson would have no money.
Who could they stronghold into something? I'm still waiting to see. And yeah, it was weird you mentioned Rosa Parks because that's the vibe that I was getting from it.
That's what they're doing.
That's what they're trying to make it. They're trying to make it like a Rosa Parks thing.
Fucking Starbucks. They're going to be reading about this in the history books. About fucking Rondon Valente and Deshaun. The people with the, the signs, coffee is black.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, fuck off. I've been just getting like
annoyed
5 seconds of this like every day this week.
Okay, so let's see if we can get through this. Now, I want to hear Robin Roberts one more time. There it is.
It's been quite a week. It's been quite a week. Dante, you both walk in. You get a table. Rashawn, how long was it before you asked to use the restroom?
Immediately, as soon as I walked in.
Why'd you ask?
And she stated that they were for paying customers only, and I just left it at that moment.
And the response was, you have to buy something.
Yes.
But you can just fucking use the bathroom, right? Like, it's a public place. I've never been in a Starbucks because it's a fucking fag factory. But, like, it's like a McDonald's. You walk in, you can go in the bathroom, you take a piss, and there you go.
Yeah, well, I think that kind of shows how dumb they are. I mean, like, if you really want to, just go in, use the bathroom.
See, here's the thing.
No one would have even noticed.
This shit this has got to be canned.
Staged, you mean?
It's
Yeah.
either canned
Yeah.
or like the right opportunistic fuckbag got a hold of it and
Yeah.
like they turned it into this.
Then you go and find Dante. You're at the table. What happened next?
We're at the table. We sit down. We're just talking amongst each other. She then
Why
comes
do you
from
have
around
bull
the
weevils coming
register,
from your head?
asks, walks up to us, asks if, she can help us with anything.
The gall of the woman to go up to them and ask, "Would you like anything?"
Because you asked to use the bathroom, you walked up to the counter,
Yeah.
you didn't buy anything, and then you sat down
Right.
after they said it's for paying
Paying
customers. So
customers.
you pretty much made a point of saying,
Yeah.
I'm going to be here, but I'm not buying anything.
And I'm sure, though, Chris, I'm sure there wasn't a single word of obstinance between these gentlemen here and the manager of the store. I'm sure they were completely polite to one another.
Why don't you just fucking buy something?
That's what a normal human would do. I would suspect, right?
Or like, give them a
coffee.
penny. Like,
Yeah.
I have to piss.
Yeah,
Here's
here.
a fucking penny.
Don't they have the little tip jars? Put a fucking $1 in the tip jar or something. So Days be sitting there talking amongst themselves, and then the horrible racist Starbucks manager comes over and asks them, "Would you like something to eat or drink?"
Start with some drinks or water or something like that. For when we have bottles of water with us.
Bitch, we already brought out waters.
It's like, it's not a fucking BYOB, you retard.
It's like, we brought water, coffee beans, a grinder,
Our own electric plug-in electric coffee pot.
a little wood stove here. We're fine. We're taken care of.
No, thank you.
Assholes. Asshole face.
Go to a fucking buffet with your own ham.
Yeah.
Will you cut this for me?
Yeah, can you slice this?
I'm not buying anything. I just need you to slice this ham. Go to a restaurant with like a fucking rack of ribs. You'd be like,
Yeah.
I just need you to cook this. I'm not buying anything. Just cook these
Don't
ribs.
charge
though.
me. Don't charge me for anything.
I'm
Next
just
time I
gonna
go,
sit here.
I go. Can I start with anything to drink? No, thank you. I brought my own pitcher of iced tea.
Yeah. You start tapping a well.
There's a keg under the table.
Oh shit.
Fine, we're just waiting for a meeting. We'll be out really quick, type thing.
Apparently
and that
not.
was it.
No.
So approximately 4:35, you arrive for a 4:45 business meeting.
Yeah. First
According
of all,
to 9.
they got there early. me
Well,
thinks
maybe this guy knows CPT. So he said, really,
right.
the meeting is at 6.
Yeah.
He tells him to get there at 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait till I have a business meeting in Target.
Yeah. But wait a second, Sobe. People meet all the time in Starbucks, sit there and loiter, bring their own food and beverage, and
Oh my
When
bad.
one
That's my
accounts,
implicit bias.
a call was placed at 4:37, approximately
Is
2
this
minutes
Android?
after you arrived, to
it's Robin
911.
Roberts.
What did you think
Wait,
when you saw
The call
police
came,
arrive?
they called the police
Dante?
before they got there.
It can't be here for us.
So
No,
when they-
she's the point she's trying to make is the police were called by the manager 2 minutes after they got there.
Hmm.
Now, what relevance that has to anything, I don't really see.
No. How do you know it's exactly 2 minutes after they
Yeah,
got there?
and-
Who was timing it?
And the other thing that remember how we because we did this once already. We
Their
saw that
timing
the
is
police,
so impeccable that they
Right, yeah.
synchronized their watches and
Yeah.
wrote down the exact time that they
I remember
get to and leave.
the
meeting.
police chief came out and defended it. Remember last week?
the article from last week said they were asked several times.
Yeah. You're not
if
hearing
they
that
wanted
anymore, though.
anything,
Right.
or like,
Right.
yeah, like if you're not buying anything, get the fuck out.
But I tell you what though, dude, because when I was doing prep for this today,
They changed the articles.
I can't find them anywhere. Because the police chief, who is a black guy, came out and defended his officers. Now he's apologizing, talking about how well, you can't expect everybody to know who's not a Starbucks customer that you could just go there and sit.
Can you just stop the cucking? Just
I know,
stop. Just tell
stop
people to
it.
fuck themselves. Like, that's it.
It's so simple.
Fuck you. That's what you gotta say. That gets their attention.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Even the
Stupid.
black man got cooked.
Yeah, on top of being probably called like an Uncle Tom
Yeah.
every day of his life.
All right. Well, hold on. We're not even at their true brilliance yet. So.
do approach you, what do they say and how do you react?
Well, initially, as soon as they approached us, they just said we have to leave. There was no question of,
Was there a problem here between you guys and the manager?
And?
You know what happened?
Because it's
When you
pretty
were
cut
arrested,
and
did
fucking
they tell you
dry.
what you-
Like,
Police are-
what the fuck?
Police are pretty definitive like that. They're gonna
Yeah.
say, "Hey, get the fuck out of here." They're not gonna have a.
Would you not want to be arrested for
Right,
this
yeah.
crack cocaine?
They're not gonna have a dialogue with you.
being arrested for?
No, not at the time. He wasn't read any rights. Nothing. Just double lock, handcuffs behind our back, and escorted out and put into a squad car.
Yeah, that's. I thought.
Why
that.
do you both think that store manager called 911?
Well,
Here we go.
Robin, you're asking them to have an opinion about somebody else's intent.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's what everybody about.
What
this
does this
is doing.
guy look like? If you were coming across him, say at like 9 o'clock at night and it's dark, and he's walking towards you with another dude that looks like that.
He looks like a criminal to me.
Didn't Jesse Jackson say like he's afraid when he comes across like a young bunch of black dudes?
He
at
said
night?
something like that. Yeah,
It's like, fuck, might get robbed.
and you know, just sitting in the store with his friend. I mean, waiting for. But you know, this is how you conduct business, Chris. This is how you dress for a real estate meeting.
If you knew how to conduct business, you'd fucking have the good faith effort and
Yeah.
buy a fucking coffee.
Really?
Speak
I'll buy
for
ice cubes
themselves.
for my bottle of
There's
water
not a
I
single
brought.
witness that says that these young men were misbehaving in any
Trump was
way,
in the
and you
real
can
estate
see and hear
business.
that
He
on
always
the
wore
video.
sweatpants.
Yes,
Well,
sweatpants
the
and
video
some
has been
fucking
viewed almost
fucking
11
hoodie.
million times, and part of it, Dante, you can see that you're talking to the police officer.
Yeah.
What were you all saying to one another?
I was just trying to, you know, process the situation to myself at the time.
Oh.
Because I'm thinking about my family that
That's
I have,
great.
my community. So
Your
in that
community.
moment,
Off. What,
I'm
do you-
trying
what
to
is this?
They
commu-
love saying
I
community.
know.
It's always the community.
This
and
community bullshit.
I remember when I got pulled over, I started going into an esoteric, deep thought trance about my community and spatial time and the moral of ethics and what I may or may not have done.
These
process
guys
was
apparently
going
have
on.
one.
Because it didn't really hit me what was going on, that it was real until
This ain't
I'm being
real.
double locked and my hands behind my back.
Dante, did you at
That's
some point
when it usually hits them.
Yeah.
call
Usually when you
the
figure it
person
out.
We're supposed to meet with, because I know he's shown on the video.
Strange how he missed. That's what they
It's also
understand.
strange how they're in this interview on national television. They're allowing their lawyer to ask them questions to bait out certain answers. Isn't that like ridiculous?
Well, because they got to lock in the story now. Cause
Well,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, those what do you call the articles saying like all the different stuff last week? You know, the narrative's changed. It's got more attention. So yeah, now
Right.
they have to lock in all the good stuff.
Yeah, they have to really double down.
The first time, you know, they walk over and they say you have to leave. I say, we're here for a meeting.
What is the business meeting about?
It's a real estate.
Countered.
Hold on. I hope everybody catches that. It's too good.
Counter.
That's too good.
The first time, you know, they walk over and they say you have to leave. I say, we're here for a meeting.
What is the
When I got pulled over, I was driving.
Yeah. Son, did you realize you cut me off back there? I got some meeting. He said you have to leave.
I'm in a hurry.
And I said to him, we had some meeting.
Oh, carry on, sir.
Oh, never mind. I got some meeting to go to.
business meeting about?
It's a real estate meeting.
Okay.
We've been working on this for months.
What do you
awfully
say
vague,
to
too.
some people who say rules are rules, that Starbucks
there's
has a policy?
licensed
Oh,
real
okay.
estate agent, or either of you,
This
both of
one-
you?
Put the flares up, because this is this highlights, I say, the overall problem with a lot of things going on right now.
She
You violated that policy. The police asked you repeatedly to leave, and you didn't. How do you respond to people who say that?
What I say is I understand that. Rules are rules, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
So that was like a double, triple negative with like a sub-zero frequency there. That makes no fucking sense.
and
Like the
all-
rules are rules, but I'm not listening to them.
I understand the
I'm not
rules are
accountable
rules.
for them. I understand rules are rules and right is right, but wrong is wrong.
Rules are rules, but
Repeatedly to leave, and you didn't. How do you respond to people who say that?
What I say is I understand that. Rules are rules, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And that's in any situation, whether it's race involved.
That means you don't understand. What you just said shows to me that you don't understand the rules. Jesus. You don't understand the rules. But with the rules is the rules, but what's right is right and wrong is wrong.
Oh, yes.
Sage wisdom from this young man.
Anything.
And Robin, I'm sorry, but what is that rule? Starbucks holds itself open as a place for people to meet and to have public conversations. Those are words from their website.
Here's some more words from their website. This is from a Time article. It's not always clear whether sitting in Starbucks or using a Starbucks restroom without purchasing any items is allowed. A company spokesman said, Starbucks does not have a broad policy prohibiting people from using restrooms or sitting inside for free, allowing individual stores to set their own rules. So there, it is pretty clear. It goes store by store. These idiots came in and they asked. They were told something. They didn't like what they heard. And they decided to not follow the rules.
What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
The CEO, Kevin Johnson, said he has met with you. Can you divulge what you all discussed?
We approached Starbucks
all the
and
way up to the
suggested
top.
that we engage in mediation with a retired federal judge in Philadelphia. And they agreed to that proposal, and we are still involved in that process.
For what?
That process requires confidentiality.
What did they get out of this?
What do you want to see happen?
Well, he just said that process requires confidentiality. How much you want to bet these guys own half a Starbucks when this is all over?
Ugh, the Jesse Jackson tactic.
It just goes right down the shitter afterwards. Yo, we be at they sell nothing but like
We just give away free coffee
free
all the
coffee
time.
to everybody. Arizona iced tea everywhere.
Watermelon drinks.
The watermelon iced tea.
You walk
Watermelon
in, you
drinks
just
and
fall like on
Skittles.
Skittles like marbles.
Here's what he wants out of all this. This really makes you
Money.
What do you want to see happen here, Dante?
I want to make sure that in this situation doesn't happen again. So what I want is
Yeah.
for a young man or young men to not be traumatized by this and instead motivated, inspired.
Right, okay.
And what do you want, Rashawn?
So, take this opportunity
No, I don't.
as,
I don't know.
Come on,
as a
Rashawn.
stepping stone,
Live TV.
to really stand up and, show your greatness and that you
great.
are not judged by the color of your skin as our ancestors were or anyone else. This is something that has been going on for
That's has
years
been.
and everyone's blind to it, but they know what's going on.
Yeah, that's
if
why
you
you're on
get
Good
what I
Morning
mean.
America.
And just really taking those actions and putting them into place and, help people understand that it's not just a black people thing. This is a people thing.
I don't know about
And
that one.
that's exactly what we want to see out of this, and that's true change. So
True change.
put action into place and stop using your words.
We appreciate
Stop
you
using your words?
here
Yeah, why
with
don't
us
you
this
guys
morning.
start using some words?
Yeah. Start. Words might help.
Yeah. I think maybe that's the problem is you can't use the words.
Yes.
Maybe start with words.
Thank you, Mr. 7% of population.
Yeah, I think it's your actions that tend to get you in trouble pretty often. So I don't know if that's good advice.
Morning and this discussion.
pretty
and
safe with
it has to be
words.
more than dialogue, as you said. It has to be action. And
Boy.
we appreciate your willingness to be a part of that. And Mr. Cohen as
Thank you.
well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you?
And we know Starbucks has announced already that they plan to close 8,000
They're
locations.
talking about it like a family member passed away or something like that. I can't believe the somber tone. Here it is.
Starbucks coffee is anti-black.
Big chance have gone down in
That's
quality.
I'd say that's good.